airwaves set up, people. Good morning, 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 good morning. Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, PT, Martinique. Thank you so much for tuning in to Good Morning Grenada on this terrific, tantalizing Thursday. It is February 4th, 2021. Happy to have each and every one of you tuned in this morning. Whether you're joining us on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20, or you're listening on Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. Happy that you're spending your waking hours with me here on Good Morning Grenada. Always appreciate your listenership, your viewership, your time. Thank you so much for tuning in. All the folks joining us across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are. Okay, let me see if I could name 7 Caribbean islands this morning. 10. Let me name 10. Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Dominica, Barbados, Antigua, Jamaica, Montserrat, St. Kitts, Nevis, Anguilla. Waking up the brain in the morning. Good morning to all of you joining us across the region. Even if I didn't mention your island today, next time, don't worry, next time. Thank you so much. A spicy 473 good morning to you. And those of you tuned in internationally, 10 countries. The US, the UK, Switzerland, Sweden, Canada, Germany, Australia, England, Afghanistan, the People's Republic of China. Good morning to those of you joining us internationally. Or should I say good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. You have to wake up the brain sometimes. A little extra, surprise it. Surprise the brain. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's do this. It's time for this morning's Word of the Day. Right now we on the road. This morning's Word of the Day is quizzling. One who commits treason, traitor, or a collaborator. Quizzling. Quizzling was a Norwegian army officer who in 1933 founded Norway's fascist party. In December 1939, he met with Adolf Hitler and urged him to occupy Norway. Following the German invasion in April 1940, Quisling served as a figurehead in the puppet government set up by the German occupation forces, and his linguistic fate was sealed. Before the end of 1940, Quisling was being used generically in English to refer to any traitor. He lived long enough to see his name immortalized, but not much longer. He was executed for treason soon after the liberation of Norway in 1945. This morning's word of the day, quizzling, Q-U-I-S-L-I-N-G, a noun which means one who commits treason, a traitor, or a collaborator. An example of the use of the word. During the robust exchange, the Prince of Wales hits back, describing him as a quisling. That's this morning's word of the day, Q-U-I-S-L-I-N-G, quizzling, a noun which means one who commits treason, a traitor, or a collaborator. As you go about your terrific Thursday, the thought of the day that hopefully can get you through your day, the rest of your week, maybe the rest of the month. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. It's never too late to do something you always wanted to do. Whether you're about to hit retirement, or you're just starting out, or you're in your 20s, 30s, your 80s, your 90s, you're never too old. You're as young as you feel. You're young at heart, young in your brain. Once you have the motivation to do it, start it. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Challenge yourself, test yourself, set up yourself right. It's never too late. Never too late. All right, let's see what's celebrated today. Today, February 4th, 2021, it is World Cancer Day today. World Cancer Day. Sooner or later, it seems cancer has an impact on all of us. That's why World Cancer Day on February 4th is an important day to raise awareness about prevention, detection, and treatment. Started by the Union for International Cancer Control in 2008, World Cancer Day activities seek to significantly reduce illness and death caused by cancer by 2020. Today it is World Cancer Day, and I think it's only fitting that we remember those who we have lost to the disease, and the people who are dealing with it still, and the families who are coping with the effects of cancer. No matter which form of cancer you have, it is always a devastating occasion, not just for the patient but their loved ones. So we say a special good morning and send a spicy 473, a spicy GBN. A GBN hug to all of you afflicted by cancer in one way or the other. It's World Cancer Day. If you know a cancer patient, reach out a hand. If you know a family dealing with the loss of someone to the cancer, reach out a hand, send them a quick hello, just give them a little hail up today. It's a significant day, and it is only fitting that we recognize the people affected by it in one way or the other. We've all been affected by cancer, whether patients or loved ones. So just reach out a hand if you know of anyone today. Just give them a special hail up. You don't have to remind them what they're going through, but just a little hey, just call to say hi, good Thursday, happy February, happy Independence. Just a little hail up today on World Cancer Day. All right, information time. Right. Yesterday, the Ministry of Health issued its latest COVID-19 dashboard for Grenada, Carriacou, PT, Martinique. According to the dashboard, which is an update as of 4 p.m. yesterday, Grenada has one active COVID-19 case currently. According to the dashboard, Grenada has one active COVID-19 case as we speak. Well, as of 4 p.m. yesterday. Total number of COVID-19 cases recorded so far since March 2020. 148 COVID-19 cases have been recorded between March 2020 and 4 p.m. yesterday. One active case. We've recorded one death. So far, there have been 20,288 PCR tests conducted since we started testing here locally. So 20,288 PCR tests. There is currently one person in self-isolation, 191 people in quarantine facilities as of 4 p.m. yesterday. So with one active case, hopefully we'll soon go back to zero active cases in the state. Worldwide, there are 103,362,039 cases of COVID-19. That's worldwide, with 2,244,713 deaths. That's worldwide figures. So far, Grenada is maybe not where most of us would have liked it to be, but I still think we're doing a great job of keeping COVID-19 at bay. Our figures are very low compared to some of the other countries, so let's give praises for that, with 148 overall and one active. All right, let's get ready for the news. For those of you on radio, we bring you morning edition of news, and those of you on our visual platforms, we bring you highlights of last evening's newscast. This is Good Morning Grenada on Classic GBN Hot 98. We will be right back.
This is the GBN television news for Wednesday, the 3rd of February, 2021. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. In the headlines, price increase on flour and poultry feed deferred. Liat administrator calls for financial support for payment of severed workers while warning of legal action. Grenada records 16 dengue fever cases for January. How much do you know about Grenada's national flour? Answers found in tonight's Independence feature. Chalana Charles is here in studio.
Tonight in Around the Globe, plans to reopen schools delayed in the U.S., and President Joe Biden reunites migrant families separated by the Trump administration. And in sports, Grenadian Andre Fletcher failed to lead the Bangla Tigers to victory in the T10 Super League. And Emmanuel Stewart says he expects improved performance for the upcoming Super 50 Cup.
Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Government succeeded in its request for a stay in the proposed increase of flour and poultry feeds. This increase was expected to go into effect from today, Wednesday, February 3rd. However, consumers can now rest. That is until the company comes back with its decision. Details in this report.
There's no date given when or if the increase in flour and poultry feeds will take effect. However, Caribbean Agro Industries has agreed to put a stay on the proposed price increase that was expected to take effect today, Wednesday, February 3rd. Speaking to Minister for Trade, Industry and Consumer Affairs, Alvin Dabrio, via Zoom on Wednesday, his response suggests that government was given little time in which to respond to a letter sent by Caribbean Agro to the Ministry of Trade. The minister indicated that he received information on the letter dated January 29th on the weekend. According to the minister, it was discussed in Cabinet on Monday, following which government has written to Caribbean Agro on Tuesday and was awaiting a response. The contents of the letter was read.
This ministry is currently reviewing with the Price Control Division the implications of an increase in the cost of animal feed, which is a price control item. The division was requested to review its prior engagement with your company on this matter and to apply the regular process for reviewing proposals for price increase of price controlled items. Please note that for such items, approval is granted by the Price Control Division following consideration of all factors with which influence pricing. So in this regard, the ministry kindly requests a stay of the proposal to implement the price increases effective February 3rd, 2021.
That response came Wednesday.
So this afternoon, the Caribbean Agro has informed us that the proposed price increases have been put on hold. And Mr. Spooner, he said he's consulting with his superiors and will communicate later. So we are also suggesting to them that we have a meeting with them very soon so that we can detail to them government positions and also to listen to their position. They didn't give any times, any specific time, but it's as of the proposed date today, it's on hold. So there will be no increases yet.
Presently, there is no local alternative for poultry feed for farmers operating on a large scale.
At this point in time, I would say we would exhaust the possibilities with them to see if it's possible that it could that there would be no increase or even a reduction. And if it's not, then the government would be forced to look for alternatives because it is in the country's interest to not have these high prices.
Christina John, GBN News.
It was a revolutionary initiative that began reaping huge rewards for local poultry farmers. The Protein from Waste project, since its commencement, created headways amongst the farming community, with several poultry farmers boasting of increased productivity. However, like a thief in the night, the company and initiative disappeared, leaving farmers bewildered. What would have happened to that project? We get some answers in this report.
The protein from waste initiative was lauded as the next alternative to poultry feed for local farmers and producers. Caribbean agro industry had previously monopolized poultry feed before the project was rolled out over 4 years ago. A protein supplement that local farmers mixed with other feed was the first product of the project. The future goal was the exploration of the feasibility of creating a small feed meal to further support Canadian farmers. The protein from waste concept combined with the discovery of a technology that uses spent motor oil, which is one of Grenada's most serious disposal problems, as a free fuel to make steam, which is used for rendering the protein from waste into feedstock. However, the project failed to reach its full fruition, with Government Minister Alvin Dabrio explaining what would have transpired.
Yes, I think that they had some problems with shareholders or some internal problems, and that they had to discontinue. Yes, but it's something like that again, we would welcome to have initiatives like this, because feed is very important for the production of livestock.
The conversation on such alternatives was rekindled during the scarcity of feed last year due to the closure of the local mill, and most recently with the announcement that poultry feed prices would have increased. The protein from waste innovation was novel and unique, given it was the first small-scale plant that utilized used motor oils to convert fish offal, waste crops and other noxious waste into a reduced-price poultry feed. It was aimed at helping poor rural poultry farmers increase their profitability, while at the same time helping to reduce pollution through resource recovery. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Liat administrator warns of possible legal action if regional governments do not come to employees' aid. But Grenada says it can't commit to the request at this time due to constraints created by the economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic. Cherian Blackman Stephen reports.
Cleveland Seafood, the Antigua and Barbuda court-approved administrator of Liat, warned CARICOM leaders that they could be exposed legally unless some effort was made to pay Liat workers. According to a Barbados Today report, another 103 employees of the collapsed regional airline Liat are to be terminated, joining close to 600 already on the breadline following the demise of the carrier. Seafood disclosed this to Caribbean community heads of government in a letter dated January 22, 2021. He urged governments to assist in paying $79 million EC in severance owed to the 564 workers already put on the breadline throughout the region. However, when GBN contacted Press Secretary in the Prime Minister's office, Philomena Robertson, she told GBN that given the current constraints created by the economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic, government cannot commit to the request at this time. However, she said government remains open to a discussion on how best it can help to meet the needs of Liat workers, bearing in mind, of course, its current budgetary limitations. In terms of COVID-19 support for Liat workers in Grenada, in 2020, they benefited from 3 months of income support payments as part of government stimulus package. In speaking about Grenada's further contribution to Liat workers, Ms. Robertson said that pre-COVID, in May 2019, Grenada made a payment of $1.3 million EC to the regional airline following an appeal that was made when CARICOM leaders met in St. Kitts and Nevis. The warning at the time was that Liat could go down, and the government of Grenada moved swiftly to make a contribution to help avert the crisis. Seafood termed as most unfortunate the fact that the workers were unlikely to receive any meaningful compensation from the sale of the Liat estate. He contended that the staff continued to serve the airline in spite of those circumstances because they firmly believed they would not have experienced any hardship since Liat was owned by regional governments. He said that based on his discussions with unions in the various territories, it was clearly evident that both the current and former employees are experiencing severe financial hardship and a high level of disappointment and disillusionment in what he perceived as a lack of support from the respective governments. He lamented that the situation was made even worse by the impact of COVID-19 because of the inability of workers to find alternative sources of employment due to the economic downturn. Cherian Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Grenada is still experiencing an upsurge in dengue fever cases, which continues to raise the eyebrows of health officials in Grenada. Though the numbers are not as high as 2020, medical experts say much needs to be done to curb this problem. Rena Pear has more in this report.
Grenada continues to see a spike in its dengue fever cases, recording 16 for January 2021 alone. In an exclusive interview with Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Francis Martin, these numbers are high as in previous years they have recorded as low as 0 cases. He says the number of cases for 2020 and 2021 continues to alarm the health authorities on island.
Numbers that we're seeing with dengue fever is still higher than what is normally expected at this time of the year traditionally. It is not as high as it was in the peak of the spike that we experienced last year, but it is still high enough to become of epidemiological concern for us. The concern is even more because as we head into the dry season, people tend to store water a lot more. And for that reason, the potential risk still exists and still increases. But fortunately, we are doing very well in terms of our management, and we have not seen any serious complications.
Recognizing that other Caribbean countries have also been affected by the disease, Dr. Martin explains that this is because persons are not cleaning around their homes, leaving a healthy breeding ground for the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
There's only one way we can actually stop the spread of dengue, and that is to decrease the breeding size of the vector. As long as people continue to disregard the mosquitoes and disregard the breeding places for mosquitoes and disregard cleanliness and continue to dump inappropriately, continue to have uncovered waters in their surroundings, then I'm afraid our country will never see a decrease in the spike in dengue.
Presently, the Ministry of Health is heightening awareness for dengue fever on the island.
The campaign against it has started, is continuing, and will be ramped up as the weeks go by. We're also going to be increasing our vector control mechanisms and processes over the next coming weeks. We must not rely on fogging for controlling of dengue. Fogging only knocks down the adult mosquitoes, and it only does it for a couple of days. It's still dependent on people and human behavior to do what we need to do to prevent the spread of dengue.
The Permanent Secretary says that while the number of cases recorded for the year is not as much as 2020, it is still an alarming amount to be concerned about. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
It is no question that nutmeg and cocoa farmers on our island deserve utmost praise for their contributions to our agriculture sector and the part they play in Grenada's claim as the Isle of Spice. Chalana Charles met with one farmer and brings us this report.
Curtis Henry is a well-known farmer from Shantymill, St. Patrick. He has been a farmer for over 40 years and, among other produce, cultivates nutmeg and cocoa, Grenada's main export crops. His day begins around 5 a.m. when he walks to his land to start the day. GBN met with Mr. Henry where he shared his experience as a farmer. He said the business of nutmeg and cocoa is hard work, which can come at a high cost to farmers, especially since incentives such as back pay haven't been received in years.
Price of nutmeg need to go up. $3 for a pound of nutmeg, you know. And the work is more than that. You have to work too hard for that little bit of money. Every end of the year you get the back pay. But I go in about 3-4 years, about 3 years now, they don't get nothing. But cocoa is about 30 something years now, nothing here. But that's it, they bring up cocoa price now to 4 something.
Mr. Henry says there is always room for improvement regarding aid given to farmers. He says many farmers need help with the upkeep of farms and transportation, as he himself single-handedly maintains over 6 acres of land.
Yes. And just now I got to pay to bring nutmeg home because that nutmeg and them I can't joke it on my head. And I'm growing young, I'm growing old. Every day is a day older. And not only I have an acre so and a half the next way. Me one. come and put people to work the land. Like you see how they walk in the road? You should have people just going and work people land and the government paying them.
Mr. Henry has been a victim of prettier larceny many times in the past. His last encounter occurred when, after 4 years of discovering empty nutmeg pods on his land, he caught the culprit at 2 a.m. one morning. The matter is currently ongoing in court.
The punishment do enough what they giving. No, you don't enough. Because putting me in the position, I would not go and thief a man thing here. No, I won't do that. Farmers just see farmers. Because that is what happened to me. The man is a farmer. And he come in at night and steal my things.
Despite the many challenges of the job, Mr. Henry says he is passionate about what he does and is proud to be a contributor to the agricultural sector of Grenada.
Hey, I really love that here. Farming, I mean, real thing. I can go and walk this 8 to 4. If I come on and make 3 hours in Milan, I find that sufficient for me, I go home. I don't beat up myself. If you walk extreme, there are times you know you must go a little beyond. Like the backbone. Land is the backbone of Grenada farming. For they don't study us.
Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
With Grenada's 47th anniversary of independence just 4 days away, display of the national colors can be spotted almost everywhere. However, on Wednesday, teachers, students, and parents of the Caliste Government School held an independence exhibition.
Bearing in mind this year's theme, Building Together a Safer, More Resilient Nation in These Challenging Times, teachers, students, and parents of the Caliste Government School drifted back in time to some of the utensils and what may be considered the old-fashioned way of doing things, and fast forward into the present with the advent of technology, how things have evolved. Frankson Marshall, teacher at the Grandins Roman Catholic School, says it was a collaborative effort between schools from District 4. Marshall was also one of 4 judges for the day's exhibition who explained what they are looking for: the perfect opportunity to stimulate young minds.
The activity, we are looking at how the different blocks are used, the creativity, how appealing the setting is to the eye and what is the children involvement, and how much does the content of the display bring out a traditional feeling in relation to the theme for this year's independence. I think I can speak for myself and I guess maybe a lot of others. Many traditional activities are not done in school as before, and I think this is of greater pertinence this year because of the fact that school attendance has been so limited, and school is not only about teaching and learning but about experiences, and having the students having this opportunity to have this independence experience in the environments and with the vibrant colors, it goes along with adding value to their knowledge and experience of being at school.
The school was divided into 3 blocks, each depicting different aspects of Grenada's history. The judges were taken on a trip down memory lane on the first block, getting a feel on how laundry was done back in the day, food was cooked on firewood, bread baked in mud ovens and outside drums, and stories were told to children by grandparents. The second block welcomed visitors to the island, greeted by steel pan and dancers. As you go through the country, one will get the feel, the smell and taste of all things local, spices and more, while the third block gave you a feel of the political struggles throughout the years, blended with the flora and fauna. Kendall Charles, teacher at the Caliste Government School, says the displays depict the resilience of Grenadians and their way of adapting to change.
We have a political timeline from inception, from the time Columbus sighted Grenada, the constant battles, the exchange of European powerhouses, Morris Bishop, Bernard Code, Eric Geary, and current tussle between NDC and NMP. So we have a political timeline. We try to display the shift in paradigm as it relates to the activities children engage in now. And we have the parishes, we have a model of Grenada, we have the parishes, and we tried our best to incorporate the things that are special or unique as it relates to those parishes.
This time round, teachers went all out to make this the biggest exhibition yet at the school, he says. Christina John, GBN News.
Fantastic. Still in Independence, Francine Charles of Mount Granby St. John and her daughter Alina Ince have captivated social media with their Independence creativity. Starting with an edible display to coincide with Grenada's 47th anniversary of independence, Francine's Fantasies put on a show of a 3-tier cake dubbed a tribute to Alina Miracle Ince's 47th independence.
Well, this year we had 4 different sections. The first section was on the beach, where she portrayed like the different things that the country have to offer, and well, the colors, the flags, nutmeg, cocoa, bananas. And the second section, where she did my cake display. Yes, the Independence cake display. And then the third section is where she portraying the national dish and different things to find on the island. And the fourth section is where she was enjoying different landmarks in Grenada.
Her daughter has also grabbed the spotlight.
Ever since I gave birth to her, I took a picture and I realized she stays for it. So then I look at her and I was like, okay, well, probably she could do something on her own, and people keep encouraging me that let her keep her up, keep her up front, so it's like she could end up further in the future. Well, I sat down and I jot out my designs, and I go to the various people for help, like to sew, crochet, and I put my decorations together with the help of her grandmother and her father. Then we basically, put everything together. We come together and then we display everything.
Too cute. During this week leading up to Grenada's 47th anniversary of independence on February 7th, every day the GBN will highlight one aspect of our independence and its history. Tonight, we focus on the Grenada's national flower, the bougainvillea, one of the most decorative plants found in almost every Grenadian yard.
In tonight's Independence feature, we learn about the bougainvillea plant, Grenada's national flower. The bougainvillea plant is a genus of thorny ornamental vines, bushes, or trees. It is native to East and South America, from Brazil, west to Peru, and south to southern Argentina. Different authors accept from 4 to 18 species in the flower. It is described as consisting of large, colorful, sepal-like bracts that surround 3 simple, waxy flowers. The vine species grow anywhere from 3 to 40 feet tall, scrambling over other plants with their spiky thorns. They are evergreen when rainfall occurs all year, or sheds their leaves if there is a dry season. The leaves are typically 4 to 13 centimeters long and 2 to 6 centimeters broad. The actual flower of the plant is small and generally white, but each cluster of 3 flowers is surrounded by 3 or 6 bracts with bright colors associated with the plant, including pink, magenta, purple, red, orange, white, or yellow. Bougainvillea is sometimes referred to as a paper flower because the bracts are thin and papery. They are popular ornamental plants in most areas with warm climates because their drought tolerance makes them ideal for such areas year-round. Currently, there are over 300 varieties of bougainvillea around the world. Because many of the hybrids have been crossed over several generations, it is difficult to identify their respective origins. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
Wow, 300 species of bougainvillea worldwide. Now we move on to turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trelana Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. The indiscriminate dumping of garbage in the Woburn area is creating an obstruction to livelihoods and an unsightly scene. Residents say the yachties who reside in the area are at fault.
Garbage that's being here, it's something that is disturbing the entire community. It ends up in yards, people's yard. They have to be forever cleaning garbage, whereas they have contained their garbage for the garbage disposal to come and collect. The people from the yachts are bringing their garbage in this bay where there is a marina.
Our online viewers gave their opinions on the issue. Shamila commented signs should be posted with the days of disposal and fines for breaking the law. A cleanup is required immediately, and it would be a good idea to invite the yachting community to be a part of that. It can be resolved, but the relevant authorities need to take the lead on this. Wayne responded, this has been going on for years, and the authorities are reportedly aware of it. One yachty once told me the area resembles a trailer park on the sea. It's that bad. Some regulation needs to be in place because they will destroy the ecosystem and just leave. Catherine wrote, they have no respect for the people and place. They should be told that it's not acceptable. Andre added, it is easy to critique the cruisers. Since the COVID, we the cruisers became an important income to the Grenadian community. Look at Trinidad that closed their borders to cruisers. They are losing thousands of jobs. That's reality. Maybe you should try to organize a meeting with the cruisers community. And Lilette commented, the yachties, or more correctly some yachties, who don't respect the environment should be fined. Imagine if they are dumping on land, then think what's going on in the sea. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
Public transportation is used by scores of Grenadians daily and is considered to be one of the essential services on the island. Many say bus operators are not often recognized for their hard work and services to the public. One bus association is on a path of changing this as they awarded 3 bus operators traveling the number 6 route for their outstanding service over the years. Rena Pear has more in this report.
The executive members of the Grenville Bus Association awarded 3 bus operators plying the number 6 route with plaques on Sunday, recognizing their long-standing service within the profession. Samuel Joseph, driving the bus Sammy, has been a bus operator for 11 years, but was awarded as the oldest operator within the association. Awarded for his 44 years of service to the public as a bus driver is Claude Francis with his bus Uprise. Both Francis and Joseph spoke of their experience.
But I've been driving tourists since in the 60s. In the late 60s, I've been driving tourists, over Granite Town and things like that. So I'm very familiar with the Granite Town Road and things like that.
I've been the oldest, longest serving bus driver over the Granite Town. I made 44 years already, and this is part of my exercise, walking bus day after day, because it's a mark of a difference that if like I passed away, my children and grandchildren would see what I used to be doing in my young days.
The final awardee is Christopher Stewart, who has 37 years in the bus operating business. He says initiative like these is one that encourages bus operators and makes them feel cherished.
But it's important to know that people appreciate you for the things that you do and you'll continue to be doing. I think that's the main reason, to be recognized for your service, right? And these things earn. As a past PRO, I think it is important that we emulate some of the guys there, like quarterly, driver of the month or driver for the 4 months, best kept bus, best kept driver, all that can build up a better association.
President President of the Grenville Bus Association, Abraham Monroe, says this is just one of the many new initiatives that will be held by his association to show bus operators respect and appreciation.
Yes, well, from this rolling out, and we have other plans in place for stuff like that. We want to go we want to have the best dress driver and stuff like that. So we want to have them in a certain form.
It's TEDA. With TEDA, you download once, register once, and just scan to check in everywhere. No hassle, no forms, no hold up. Simple and easy. TEDA lets you explore, discover new places, new products, and new experiences. What are you waiting for? Get TEDA for free from your app store today and enjoy contactless convenience.
Have you ever felt the need to give back to your vegetable or flower garden, lawn, potted plants, or planters? The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority is pleased to introduce the new Home Garden Composter. A neat, efficient, quick, and easy start to home composting. Get great value from your food scraps, grass, lawn clippings, paper waste, and animal manure through home composting. When you do, you will be returning valuable nutrients to the earth rather than discarding at the landfills. Get started with a home garden composter, now available at Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, and let your home garden composter make your gardening dreams come true.
Do you know what time it is? You guessed right, it's detox time again. At Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Purchase our 7-day cleansing pack for only $500. Includes everything you need for a complete total body cleanse. Cleanse your blood, kidney, liver, and colon. This cleanse will help you lighten up and get rid of the excess. Also available are our special product Detox Combo Pack for only $100. Try our single detox products starting from $40. Check us out now. Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area, or call us on 231-6642, 449-7753, or 418-7115. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health.
I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home, and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 20 minutes. Yes, 20 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Thank you so much. Those of you who stuck with us, thanks for your patience. And those of you just joining us, happy to have you. All right, we are continuing the series that we started a few weeks ago, that Joseph started a few weeks ago, with clinical psychologist Shauna Thomas Coffey, as we look at COVID-19 and how you can get our children acclimated to the current environment that we have ongoing with the COVID-19 pandemic. And this morning we're looking at nutrition, specifically for those are homeschooling or schooling at home during the COVID-19 pandemic. Good morning, Mrs. Coffey.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing on this beautiful Thursday?
Well, I'm beautiful on this beautiful Thursday. I had a little bit of hurry. I had a little bit of hurry, but outside of that, I must say, God is good. We woke up, and when we wake up, I find we must be bright blossom.
I agree with that 100%.
You're dead. But when you're alive, you're awake, and you must look enlivened.
I agree with that. So this morning we're talking nutrition for our students. What are some of the important things to think about, especially as our children are now at home and we can, let's say, 95% control what they eat, how they eat, when they eat? What should parents specifically keep in mind? Let's start with the parents.
Okay, well, one of the things I would like for us to do is again refer to the UNICEF report, which came out 8 months ago with the pandemic. One of the things the report showed that with poverty going up, right, the poverty level rising, nutritional health would obviously be affected. If you don't have any money, Blossom, you cannot feed your children. And the World Hunger and Poverty under the World Food Program has cited over 28 countries undergoing food shortages as well as malnutrition, okay, because of COVID-19. So if income is not coming in, the economy is not flowing how it needs to flow, of course, food security would be affected. And by food security, we're talking nutritional health and well-being. Now, nutritional health and well-being is directly tied into our mental health, okay? We know in our culture we are food people. I don't care what diet you're on, I don't care how you want to spin it. We know that we are food people. When we think of celebration, we think of food. We think of any kind of getting together, we must have food. You know, the thing is what you bring in, right? So our students are home, and UNICEF shows that with the remote learning, they are what you call sedentary. Sedentary means you're not moving as much as you should. Blossom, we know when we were in school, you went to school really to enjoy good play. Learning was just the obligatory thing you did, but play is what you look forward to. If you lost a moral game the day before, you're coming to bust it up next day. If you lost anything, you know, could be netball, could be what, when lunchtime, you ate as speedily as possible and play. And that sense of culture we've had, where we have schools with playgrounds or next to play fields, is important so the children could get exercise. But with proper nutrition, right, with proper nutrition, we want to offset the sedentary mode. So students are mostly home. Last week I gave the statistics that, you know, over 70 million, you know, students are learning from home in 190 countries. That's a lot. So they're not moving, you know, as they should. And the countries with lockdown, it's worse. So what do we eat? We eat foods that fuel our brain. We eat foods that are not really heavy in starch. We eat foods that are not processed. So we eat live food. Take, for example, the meal for today at my home is split pea soup, right? It's already made, it's uncovered because my son has to have a bowl before he starts. Split pea is brain food. It is brain food. So your split pea, your fish, and peanut butter, those are three main things that go straight to the brain, right? And they're high in the bees, right? Legumes are very healthy. And when you're doing a lot of brain work and you're not moving, as when you're on the school compound, you need a lot of vitamin Bs. So while the macronutrients, which are carbohydrates, protein, and fats, they're important. The micronutrients, okay, your vitamins and minerals, they are most important when you're at home because you do not want the students to feel lazy. If the body feels lazy, the brain does not get to work and behave the way it should, especially for learning. And you know, Blossom, the students are at home and they have a number of assignments. They have a number of exams online. So for them to do well, they must eat right. Okay, we have our kale, we have our callaloo, we have our spinach, right? These are very high in calcium. A lot of people who cannot drink milk are not aware that you can get calcium from your green leafy vegetables, right? We still need strong bones and teeth. I don't want anybody walking around and you're 16, you're 14, you're 17, you're whatever age, and teeth and bones falling out or whatever cricking, right? So at a certain age, we shouldn't really follow up too much milk, but we can get our calcium from these sources, and that's important. Soups, porridges, and healthy meals with mostly vegetables, that's important. And our ground provision, we underplay our ground provision, Blossom. We run after the rice and pastas, but our ground provision, they're so rich because most of them are root tubers. And when root tubers get their food, all of the food is stored in the root. So there's nothing going anywhere really. And even the leaves of these root tubers can be used because remember, callaloo is really dashing bush, right? So we have to look at what we have, around us and feed our children healthy. When it comes to snack, they could have a snack now and again, but no more than 12 grams of sugar in that snack, right? And the snack must be healthy. When your children go to preschool, they come home and they tell you no junk food, eat your healthy foods. Well, that is for life. That is for life. We want them also to Blossom to drink lots of water. They must refill their water bottles maybe about 2 or 3 times in a day. If you're not hydrated properly, your brain will not work well. And in addition, some students are getting depressed by being home. So one of the things to combat depression is foods high in the glycemic range. So your yogurts, right? Your grapefruits, some of your citric fruits, so you suck an orange. Okay, that is very good too. These are antidepressant food. And as you eat healthy, you want to move because your body is not lethargic and it's not sluggish and it's not slow, right? So they would feel inclined to move. So those are some nutrition tips I would like to share. And I want parents to know that, remote learning is not a curse. We all have to adjust to it. We all have to make it work and make it happen because we are realizing that that's the new normal. And as much as we want the children to come out, and they are coming out, yes, but we want them to enjoy every experience so that their learning will not be compromised.
We have the issue of picky eaters. Our children, we would want to give them the callaloo and the split pea soup, but mommy, I don't want it. We want bread and ramen and macaroni. What ideas can you give to parents to be able to give their children the nutritious meal that they need?
Yes.
Especially when they have picky eaters at home.
Right. So with the picky eaters, you want to hide the food in healthy ways so that they can have it. So, for example, a lot of people are juicing now. People have the NutriBullet. People do smoothies, and so for your beets can replace strawberries because we don't grow strawberries. We grow beets. All they know is pink. They don't know where the pink came from, right? People would tell you, "Oh, I'm having strawberry flavored ice cream." You're not sure. You didn't see them pick it. You didn't see them put it there. So the beets, the color in the beets is very healthy. And remember, in some parts of the world, beets are used to create beet sugar, which is a healthy kind of sugar, right? So you can use your beets Blossom. When you finish, you don't throw away the roughage part of the beets. That can be used in stir fry. Most children like stir fry, right? So when they go and they eat the Chinese chicken and it's red, you can red up your chicken, you can red up your fish too, with that pulpy part that's left of the beet. If you're making little muffins as well, children like sweet, you can use your beets, you can use carrots. So these things have healthy natural sugars you can use. And the greens. What do you do with the greens? The greens you can make in soups. Because most times if you can blend them, so your child really doesn't like spinach, all right, you can blend it, put it in a soup, mix it with a callaloo, and don't make it too heavy with all the yam and dashing, and so some children not really into that, so You do the really cream of the soup and drop some cute tiny dumplings in it. With their favorite meat. And they will get it. So we have to be creative. And the Food and Nutrition Council, Blossom, they have a lovely array of recipes. You know, I don't know how sometimes they go underutilized. I always go online, everything I see, even our Marketing and National Importing Board, they have lovely recipes. Because when you go and you get lunch there, sometimes you get cassava balls, you get this, you get that. Really unique stuff made from our local foods, right? So parents, get creative. The punches, the sauces, the stir fries, you know, all the little desserts, you can use local things, you know, to make them. A little carrot muffin, a little, you know. And I love talking about beets because beets are so good for you. And so then we pass it in the supermarket like, what to do with that? And I don't really like it. Well, you're not supposed to really like it. If it's good for you, you ingest it. I always give this story, right? Blossom, I never liked okra. It would never go down. I mean, okra is a hard thing, man.
I can't eat the okra either.
No. If you hide it in something and I don't recognize it, I mean, I might see the 2 seeds and say, Lord, cover me. But I'm not the kind of person to say, let me cook 4 okras and sit down and eat. No. But listen how I got eating okra. My son, who is a greens eater, when my mom, you know, these grandmothers, when they make stuff, listen, we can't test them, you know, them children eating this stuff. So I see the child chowing down okra and saying, Mama, this is really good. I said, get out of here. What's that? He said, okra. Mama said, it's okra. I said, you're eating this, miss? And when I realized this child eating this thing, I mean, well, let me try one. And that's how I started back eating okra. You know, when you are made or forced to eat a food when you're younger, you decide in your mind, I'm not having that ever again, because the forcing is not a good memory. It's called food trauma. When you're traumatized to eat certain things, when you see it, it brings up all the memories, just like fish. So while I said fish is brain food, parents, use the fish with big bones that you can fillet and take out for the children. Children experience food trauma. So do not cook with a lot of spice either. Do not cook spicy foods for children. It's not healthy. It's really not healthy. Their stomach walls must be developed properly. Don't tell me it's Grenadian and that tastes good. No, if you want to add your pepper, add it as a condiment to your meal or your plate. But do not cook extra spicy food, because the children will think that's the way it's supposed to taste. And then they can't distinguish certain items. For example, most children, everything they eat, they think it's chicken because of how we do it. You know, everything is greased up and everything is sauced up, right? So everything is chicken. Pork is chicken, beef is chicken, fish is chicken, chicken is chicken, right? Because they've never had it in a way where they could identify and distinguish the taste. So we have to let their taste buds work, you know? And for our children in primary school, okay, or children in primary school who have a lot of energy, and you say, Lord, the child hyper, when I leave them home, I come in and leave the house this and that way. You know, give them some chores, make them clean, make them do some things. It's not just about your home learning and you sit there and the rest of the stuff falling apart. No. And that helps them too. Healthy nutrition, exercise, cooking things uniquely, making things different, and we know that they will enjoy it, because when they travel, Blossom, and they get different foods from different cultures, they can't starve and they generally adapt. So we have to let them adapt to that nutritious, healthy lifestyle from now. Secondary school students, same thing. Same thing.
How many calories should children be having per day or per meal?
Well, I know nutritionally you have a difference in male and female. I can't remember the exact number, but I know it should be over 450, right? It's over 450, okay? kilojoules. Yes, way over. We can always check the Grenada Nutrition Council format. All right, but children of different ages would have different caloric requirements. And as such, when you take them to the pediatrician, ask these questions, parents, okay? Ask these questions. That's very, very, very important. Because based on your child's medical health too, Blossom, the pediatrician would require that they have more calories in a certain food group than the other, you know? So let's say a child is not developing musculaturely well. The pediatrician would require a nutritionist intervention for them to get foods that build the muscles, you know? And if it's a preschooler, you know that would affect their gross motor skills, you know? So those are some things that I want people to know. I don't want them to get a little bogged down and feel, well, I'm not doing well. Some of you are doing great, right? And I want you to know that you are doing great. You're doing awesome. And for those doing awesome, we want to give you kudos because you are keeping it together, all right? So some of the things I've just found out, let me just give you this. So for toddlers between ages 1 and 2, you need 45 calories per pound of body weight, okay? Preschoolers, 3-year-old children, you need 45 calories per pound per body weight, and that's between 1,000 and 1,500 calories. School-age children need 1,600 to 2,500 calories. And Blossom, not because they need all those calories, means that it must come from an unhealthy place. That's what we were speaking about before. We want the macronutrients and the micronutrients. So your healthy mix of carbohydrates, fats, and protein, not a big plate of carbs and a little bit of the greens. No, we can't have that. We can't have that. Train them, and the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, they go around and they do a great program telling you what your plate should look like. How much of this, how much of that, and that is a healthy way to go.
And any final tips as we deal with home education and nutrition? Not just home education, education and nutrition.
Education and nutrition. So there are some vitamins that go unnoticed. So for example, your potassium that you get from your bananas, okay, your lycopenes that you get from your red fruit and vegetables, so like your watermelon and your tomatoes, right? Lycopenes ward off cancer. So especially in a time where children are sedentary and not doing all of the movements they would do in school, moving from class to class, moving from break to session, we want them to get enough calcium too, and their iron. Okay? A lot of children are iron deficient, Blossom, and that's a problem. In a country like Grenada, children should really not be iron deficient. So we want you to beef up on your lentil peas, your callaloo, your spinach, your greens, okay, and all the other iron-rich foods. But remember, if you're taking iron supplements, you must have it with citrus fruit, because the citrus fruit has the ascorbic acid that would absorb the iron into the body. Some people say, I take an iron, but the iron coming straight through the system. It's not being absorbed because you're not taking it with the right food, all right? So I want parents to be aware of those things and know that as the children are not moving as much, you want their brain to move, you want their lungs, their spleen, their pancreas, their liver, everything to function well. Make sure they drink lots and lots of water. Make sure they have their calcium-rich foods and their lycopenes, very important, okay, and feed the brain because they're using the brain all day. Feed the brain. The brain is your friend.
Feed the brain. I like that. Lasting words as we close. Thank you so much, Mrs. Coffey. Thank you very much for sharing your tips as we try to get our children acclimated. I can't say that word. Get them acclimated. I don't know what's going on with my tongue this morning. Acclimated to being homeschooled and COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you very much, clinical psychologist Shauna Thomas Coffey. Thank you so much for sharing some tips for us, especially as parents, as we go through this time. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, Santa Claus pendants will be in the building. More giveaways are next. This is Good Morning Grenada, Classic GBN Hot 98.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
The National Celebrations Committee invites all Grenadians, home and abroad, to tune in to the broadcast of the virtual staging of our 47th anniversary of Independence Cultural Extravaganza on Saturday, February 6th, and Military Parade on Sunday, February 7th. Live from the National Cricket Stadium on GIS Channel 22, National Celebrations Committee, and GIS Facebook pages and YouTube channels. The Cultural Extravaganza begins at 6 p.m. and will showcase the best of Grenada from all parishes under the theme Brighter Out of Darkness. Then on Sunday we return to the National Stadium at 9:30 a.m. for a special Made in Grenada feature and military parade. Happy 47th Grenada, rebuilding together a safer, more resilient nation in these challenging times.
Do you know what time it is? You guessed right, it's detox time again. At Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Purchase our 7-day cleansing pack for only $500. Includes everything you need for a complete total body cleanse. Cleanse your blood, kidney, liver, and colon. This cleanse will help you lighten up and get rid of the excess. Also available are our special product Detox Combo Pack for only $100. Try our single detox products starting from $40. Check us out now. Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area, or call us on 231-6642, 449-7753, or 418-7115. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health.
Calypso fans, the 9 finalists to challenge the reigning Independence Calypso monarch, Sean Nas, the Sour Serpent, on Friday, February 5th, at the National Stadium have been selected. Admission is free from the comfort of your homes. Will Sour Serpent hold on to the reign, or will the crown change heads as Sheldon Douglas, Anthony Darius, Croqueta, Jermaine Simon, Teddy Christopher, Philanda Jeffrey, Alicia Alexis, Edison Francis, and Anthony Etienne, all 5 for the coveted crown. Time alone will tell, so join the National Celebrations Committee in what promises to be an evening of great calypsos. Carried live on GIS Channel 22, the National Celebrations Committee, and GIS Facebook pages and YouTube channels. Remember the date, Friday, February 5th, 6 p.m. The virtual staging of the 2021 Independence Calypso Monarch, building together a safer, more resilient nation in these challenging times.
The hat is out, which means Santa Claus pendants is in the building. It's Independence Quiz times. We have some things to give away, and we have a new sponsor on board. Want to say good morning and thank you to Sol EC Limited. They are one of the sponsors of the Grenada of the GBN Independence Quiz, as well as the Grenada Football Association, with support from Clark's Court. So let's start to give away. Let me see. I have just about 13 minutes. Let me see how many things I can give away in that time. All right, let me go. Independence Quiz time. This one, I'm starting with the children. I'm going to start with the children. I can't give all of the spirits, so I would give away 2 GFA bottles. 2 GFA bottles up for grabs. The young ones, the children. 17 years, 364 days and under. The children. This part is for the children. Adults take all the time. So we're going easy for the children. the national flag. There are 3 main colors on the national flag. So I want you to tell me what are those 3 colors and what do the colors represent. This is for the children. Adults, don't try to time me up. Good morning, caller.
President, good morning to you. No, I'm not calling in to about the question. I know it's for children. Now, that lady that was giving all the nutritional facts, there are other ways to disseminate facts like this. And I listened to her, it's very interesting. And I thought that maybe if she can go to the schools, because we have to think of the people who cannot afford this and afford that. I think some of the schools do have the school feeding program. And the people who prepare the food and so on, they should, be knowledgeable of the things for the brain, for this, that, and the other.
Yes, they are knowledgeable and they have been doing those things, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, they have not been able to do as much school visits.
I'm aware of that. Aware of that, but I just thought, important facts like this should not be allowed to just die off, so to speak. Not that this is, I know what this situation is, but
Yes, they usually share it with schools.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Independence quiz. The national flag, Grenada's flag, has 3 main colors. What are those colors and what do they represent? This one is for the children. Landline 435-2041. You can answer the question on WhatsApp. But I won't know if it's a children. You know what? Only landline, because I can see some adults trying to tie me up. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you, baby?
Good.
What's your name?
Hadisha.
Hadisha?
Yeah.
And how old are you, baby?
I'm 12.
12. Okay. Just turn the volume down on your TV. Is it TV or the radio?
Huh?
All right. Yes, baby. So tell me the colors of the flag and what they represent.
Well, the color of the flags are red, green, and yellow. And the green represents vegetation. The yellow represents work, and the red favor.
The yellow represents what? Tell me again, baby. What does the yellow represent?
Gold.
The yellow represents gold?
Yes.
You are half right. You have some things a little bit mixed up a little bit, so try again, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, baby. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Independence quiz. 2 GFA bottles are up for grabs. What for the children 17 years, 364 days and under? What are the colors of the flag and what do they represent? And hold on, I'll tell Ollie. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I am coming from Montparnasse sites.
All right. And what's your name?
Zaka.
Zaka. Okay, so tell me the colors of the flag and what they represent.
Green, yellow, and red. Green representing the vegetation. Yellow representing the sun, and red representing the unity and courage and fertility of Grenada.
Congratulations, I would give you still, but just a tweak. It's not yellow, it's gold.
Okay, cool.
But because a lot of times they teach us yellow, I'll still give you a blight. So just hold on the line. Let me get your information. Mike, don't go anywhere. I'll just take in the person information. All right, the colors of the flag, red, green, and gold. The red represents the fervor of our people, courage and vitality. Gold represents wisdom, the sun, and the warmth and friendliness of the people. And the green symbolizes the fertility of the land, the lush vegetation, and the agriculture of the islands. Those are the colors of the flag. Just let me get the information of our winner this morning. Mike, don't go away. Congratulations to our winner, Zaka. You can pick up your prize anytime. Compliments one of our sponsors, the Grenada Football Association. The GBN Independence Quiz comes to you compliments Saul EC Limited, Grenada Football Association, with support from Clark's Coat and our little artist Ashley Marshall. We have some coasters made by her with some drawings on it, so we will give away. Let's see if we can give away some. All right, next questiones. That's a word? I don't think that's a word in any language, but okay, we'll work with it. Next questiones. Hi. Next question is in relation to the coat of arms. What is the use of the coat of arms? I am going to give you 3 things, and you are going to tell me which one of those it is and which one of those it isn't used for. What is the use of Grenada's coat of arms? 1, to decorate the podium for official functions. 2, to be used on official letters and envelopes. And 3, to seal official documents, example letters of credence, to be presented by Grenada's ambassadors. What is the use of the coat of arms? Select from the following: to decorate the podium for official functions, to be used on official letters, and to seal official documents. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm okay.
All right, go ahead, tell me the answer.
C, to seal official documents.
And that's the only use of it from the 3 that I gave?
Something like B and C.
B and C?
Yeah.
Okay, you are correct. What is the use of the coat of arms? To decorate the podium for official functions, to be used on official letters and envelopes, or to seal official documents. The correct answer is B and C, to be used on official letters and envelopes and to seal official documents. Congratulations, caller. Hold the line quickly. Yes, hold on, we'll be right back. Yes, all the Santa Claus pendants are given away. I ain't sticking this morning with the giveaways at all. All right, congratulations to you, Valerie. All right, Santa Claus pendants in the building. We give away 2 things so far. GFA bottles. Right now I'm going to give away, let's give away a Sol Fuel voucher. Sol Fuel. Yes, I'm giving away gas, aka gas. Sol Fuel voucher. The winner of this question can go and get yourself some gas. I don't know how much gas as yet. Don't say Blossom say I'm getting a year's supply of gas. That's not what's taking place here. It could be $2, it could be $20, it could be $200. I'm not too sure. When you get there, they're going to let you know. But it's some gas, not a lifetime supply of gas. Get it together. Don't try to tie me up. Yes, people tricky these days. Let me go. Next question. Next question is. Let me see how much time I have, right? So I have about 5 minutes for this one. This next question is, of the 6 people who have served as Governors General of Grenada, which one of them holds a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a master's degree in food science? Of the 6 people who have served as Governors General of Grenada, which one of them holds a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a master's degree in food science? Some gas given away. Sol gas given away. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How you do?
Good.
All right. What do you think the answer is?
Well, I guess it's maybe Dame CC Lagunad.
Sorry?
Have a whole place.
Say that again?
Probably Dame CC Lagunad.
Why?
And they have a whole place up in St. Paul.
That's what I wanted you to repeat. She have a whole place. Lost all the correct today. Yes, you are correct. Dame Cecile Lagranade. Please hold the line. She says they have a whole place. Congratulations to the caller. The question of the 6 people who have served as Governors General of Grenada, which one of them holds a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a master's degree in food science? And the correct answer is our current Governor General, Dame Cecile Lagranade.
Oh my God, I don't want spice must done. Can't wait for gift to come. I hope it is straight from the
Loving it. Congratulations to you, Ria. She just won herself a fuel voucher. You can collect your gas at Sol. Set up yourself right. Oh gosh, I feel I want to drive in a vehicle. Give me a ride, Nigel. All right, let me see. What's the time here, man? As long as I had time, I'm giving away thing. Let's give away a beverage or a spirit. Compliments Clark's coat. Let me see. What's the next question? Let me see if I find the next one in the dance. What is the next question? Okay, let me go. Hold on there, Ollie. Hold on. Don't try to tie me up. Had a nice question here in the dance. Way to go. Let me go. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. During the independence celebration on February 7th, 1974, there were many activities planned to mark the event. Identify with true or false which activities actually took place. So when all you call, we have 3 minutes to give away that spirit from Clark's Court. Let me see what's going on. Lost, don't worry, WhatsAppers. No, I don't forget all. It's just that the callers give an answer before all you come through in the dance. Good morning, caller. Good morning. Hello. That person, don't panic all here, don't panic in the dance. So here what's going on. During independence celebrations, 1974, many activities were planned to mark the event. True or false, which of the following happened? The lowering of the British flag Union Jack and the hoisting of the Grenada flag at Fort George. Lighting of the independence torch at Fort George. National anthem sung by the National Choir accompanied by the RGPF. First Governor General Sir Leo de Gale was appointed. The Constitution was read in Parliament at a joint meeting of the two houses. True or false? Which of these happened? Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm making a try
C? Okay, so hold on, wait. Let me go through each one of them, right? So during independence, 1974, which ones took place and which didn't? The lowering of the British flag Union Jack and the hoisting of the Grenada flag at Fort George. True or false? I ain't hearing you. Make a guess. False? All right. The next one. The lighting of the independence torch at Fort George after a marathon. True or false?
False again.
The national anthem was sung by the National Choir accompanied by the band of the RGPF. True or false?
True.
The first Governor General Sir Leo de Gale was appointed.
True.
The Constitution was read in Parliament at a joint meeting of the two houses.
False.
All right, you have 3 out of the 5 correct.
What, I have 3?
3 out of the 5. But I think I will bring back that question tomorrow, please a lot. I like it. All right, thank you. We've run out of time for this one, but I feel I liking it. I liking it in the dance. I'm going to find some time tomorrow, please a lot, to bring back that question because I insist. Santa Claus dependents insists on giving away something. Don't worry, tomorrow, please a lot, all these prizes will be on deck again. Thank you once again to our sponsors of the GBN Independence Quiz, Sol EC Limited and the Grenada Football Association. And thank you for support from Clark's Court and Ashley Marshall. Let's get ready for the BBC's 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have yourselves a safe, productive, tantalizing, terrific, tremendously terrific Thursday. Have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye.